On deck, Senator O'Reilly. Good
Hi.
afternoon,
Good
and thanks for
afternoon.
joining us.
Thank you. My
I
pleasure.
guess at this point I could just ask you, how are you feeling this afternoon, and what are your plans as you're looking forward to the 31st legislature?
Okay, so to be honest, I'm tired. It's been an exhausting 3 days,
Understandable.
but I'm excited. And as we culminate the swearing-in ceremonies and celebrations with this service this afternoon, I think that we're all very excited about the work that lays ahead for all of us, and the common theme that we hear from all of the members of the body is that there will be collaboration. So I look forward to that because I think that's the only way that we're going to be able to accomplish some of our goals and objectives.
Senator O'Reilly, besides being excited about the 31st legislature, what are some of your hopes for 2015 and 2016?
I think primarily economic development for the district of St. Croix. I think that we hear everyone say that they are concerned about the future of this island. We know that there has been an exodus of people that have left the island. And so I think that there is this sense of urgency that we need to do something, that we need to have a plan. And I hope that what we will see almost immediately is the 15 members coming together and developing a written plan for the economic development of St. Croix. And that's, I'd like to see that as one of the priorities. And then secondly, I think education, which is one of the reasons why I continue to seek office, because I really believe that we need to look at improving the quality of our public schools. And that will be, and as all of us agree, when you improve education, you eradicate poverty.
Exactly.
And you address crime. And so I hope to see economic development and education as the cornerstones of the 31st legislature.
Good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Thank you, ladies.
As we move along, we have Senator Nobel Francis, our chairman of the Committee on Homeland Security, Public Safety, and Justice. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you,
Good
wonderful
afternoon.
ladies.
Thank
It's a
you.
pleasure to be here.
Definitely, and thanks for joining us. Tell us your goals. What are you looking forward to as a freshman senator for the 31st legislature?
Well, I'll tell you that there is certainly a lot of work to be done in my freshman year, and I'm prepared to take on the tasks at hand and work with my colleagues in order to move some of the important legislation forward, as well as addressing some of those that need amendment. For me, I'm certainly chair of the Homeland Security, Public Safety, and Justice, and my goals is basically to have oversight responsibility in our first responding agency, and to really be there as a purpose of providing oversight. I've been police commissioner, so certainly I don't want to go and run the department, but I want to be there and be able to support them. I have already called for a meeting with each one of the agency heads so that we could collectively look at some of the issues and challenges that confront them, and we could come together to try to resolve those issues. And also bring my colleagues on board to assist me in making that happen. I'm also vice chair of the Economic Development and Agriculture, a very important committee as well, because here in St. Croix we're already determined that we need a lot of work here in order to bring the island back to some level of equality to the sister islands of St. Thomas and even St. John. So I'll be working feverishly with the chairperson there, the Madam Vice President, Janet Millen Young, in order to, and as well as my other colleagues, in order to come up with some meaningful legislation and also some projects in terms of jumpstarting our economy and get things moving. There's a great expectation by our community, and sometimes it's a humbling experience because I'm not sure that we could fulfill all the expectations that's wanted of us, but nonetheless, I think that we intend to create the hope that's required to turn things around.
It's certainly a mouthful. Thank you so much.
You asked me to put a mic in my hand, I'm ready to go. All right, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Senator, everyone is extremely excited to have you back as the president of the 31st legislature. What can the people of the Virgin Islands expect from you as president of the 31st legislature, especially given the fact that right now we're hearing all these talks about the financial crisis? What are some of the things that we can look forward to?
Well, good afternoon to Legit TV. Good afternoon, Narcisse. Good afternoon, Fiona. Pleasure to be here. Well, everybody knows that I've always been about equity, and I think it was Reverend Gibson who spoke about that as president, I need to dispense of my duties with fairness. So that's something that I definitely want to exude. Clearly, it's about us being as knowledgeable as we can be prior to making decisions, because informed decisions are what the public is expecting of us. Also, they are looking for us to be creative, Clearly, we're in a situation where we need economic development, and we can't really use the same model that we've used over the years that actually led to us being in the predicament that we're in today. So we got to be outside the box in that regard. And most importantly, when we do turn the corner, which me being the internal optimist that I am, that we manage, those revenues and whatever surpluses we're looking to achieve. We can't really be into recovery mode forever. We have to think about prosperity, because if you set the bar low, then you're really not going to achieve. So let's, how you say, strive for perfection and try to catch excellence. So that's what I'm looking at as a member of the 31st Legislature and as the president.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Good. Glad to be here.
Okay, and we're here with Senator Terrence Palliative Nelson. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling well. I'm honored to be sitting in the seat once again.
Okay,
Congratulations
great.
on being re-elected.
Hey, thank you very much. It was a long road, a hard road, but thanks to God and to the strong committee, we survived, and I'm grateful to be one of the representatives in the 31st Legislature.
Super. Now, what would be your main focus? What is the one thing that you're hoping to focus primarily on as you move into the 31st Legislature?
Well, to sum it all up, the economy, because that's what everybody's going to say, and of course there's a lot tied to that, but how I plan to move the economy forward is what I've been talking about, the infrastructure reconstruction plan. We structure our debt and put people to work repairing our infrastructure, of course, with a focus on energy infrastructure, transportation infrastructure. So I think hopefully we can all be on the same page and moving forward, and we can see our economy bouncing back in a much shorter period than longer. And I'm very excited about the potential of this group of senators, actually. I think the Virgin Islands electorate might have just got it right this time, and I'm hopeful in that potential.
That sounds good. We all are.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
But I do pledge my support to the people of the Virgin Islands, to the President of the 31st Legislature, President Neville James, that I will do my utmost best to move the Virgin Islands forward this time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Senator, welcome back.
Thank
we
you.
are extremely excited to have you back in the 31st Legislature. Senator Graham, what can you tell us about your hopes for the 31st Legislature?
Well, certainly I'm glad to be back and glad to be re-elected to help continue the fight that I've been doing for the people of the Virgin Islands. But I definitely can tell you that from some of the new colleagues that I've met coming into the 31st Legislature, it's going to be a pleasure working with them as we work and try to move the Virgin Islands forward. I sincerely think that we're a good team. We get along. I've known a lot of them before they became senators, and we can continue to work collaboratively as we move this territory forward. We know we are in dire financial situation, and we have to do things to grow this economy. Help St. Croix. The Virgin Islands can only be as strong as the weakest link. And right now, the weakest link is St. Croix. So we have to help St. Croix sustain itself. And of course, reach out to St. John and ensure that we can put measures in place so that they don't be stifled with those high property taxes. So there's a lot of work to do. I'm committed to working hard, working the long hours that we need to work to move this territory forward. And I am here to help my president and all the officers of the 31st Legislature and even reach across the aisle and work with the minority and help move this territory forward. Because it's not about Clifford F. Graham. It's about moving the people forward and the Virgin Islands forward.
Yes. Well, thank you and good luck.
And thank you for having me, and great to be on St. Croix. Thank
Yes.
you.
Good afternoon. We're here now with Senator Marvin Blyden.
Good afternoon.
Welcome.
Thank
and
you.
thanks for joining us. How are you feeling today as a freshman senator, your first term? What are you looking forward to?
Well, first of all, I got to give God the thanks. I'm feeling blessed. As a first-time senator, I feel basically inspired, and I feel grateful. With the caucus, we have been caucusing, and with doing the forums, and with the camaraderie with all my fellow colleagues, I can feel something. I feel like it's going to work this time. I feel like we all heard the cry of the people. I feel that we all realize that we have to work together in order to affect change and positive change. Okay, I feel that with the message that the governor has been sending out thus far, with the new delegate to Congress, we have an opportunity of a lifetime that has been given to us by the people and by God. And I think it is time that we take advantage of that and realize we have to work together in order to affect positive change. That's the way I feel right now.
Senator, besides being ready to hit the ground running, obviously, as a freshman senator, what are some of the things that the people of the Virgin Islands can look forward to from you for 2015, 2016?
Well, first of all, they can expect what I've been doing throughout my career for the last 20 years at the Howard Authority, which is I'm going to give my all. I'm going to give 100% of myself. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be fair. And I'm going to keep them involved in my message, in my work, and communicate with them because that's important. Because you cannot do none without letting the folks know what you're doing. I think that is critical in order for them to have a better understanding of government. That way they can understand what's going on and don't have to be surprised with some of our bills, legislation, etc. So they can expect transparency from me, honesty, and a very, very hard and dedicated worker. And most importantly, I will always put them first and have them at mind at all times when making decisions on legislation.
Excellent. Well, we welcome you to the 31st Legislature.
Thank you for that.
And we wish you good luck.
I appreciate it, and it's good to be in St. Croix.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Have a blessed day, guys.
You too.
Thank you. Well, and good afternoon. And we're here with Senator at Large Armando Rocky Liber. Good afternoon.
And good afternoon to you
And,
all.
Good afternoon.
And
How
welcome.
are you doing today? Good?
We're doing good.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Well,
Welcome
yeah,
back.
hey.
How does it feel to be back after such a break, a decade of a break?
Well, different. Much appreciated than the first time. People were very receptive of me coming back. Matter of fact, people would say, thank you for running. Never had it before. It was one of the most touching things in my life. And of course, to cap it off, it happened on my birthday.
Right. Saw that.
You know,
Saw
hey,
that.
so it was an awesome experience.
Uh,
The good Lord, I got to thank you for that.
Senator, I followed you on a campaign trail, and one of the things that I noticed is that you had some excellent ideas regarding revenue generation
Yes.
and just, you know, bringing new things to the territory. What can the people of the Virgin Islands expect from you during the 31st Legislature?
Well, I've come with a different look. You know, I've been here, I've done the laws, I have a whole bunch of laws in the books, but it's not about that now. It's about trying to bring opportunities for people. I see a lot of young folks we got to be able to nurture the creativity that they have. Sometimes, you know, all they do is text, they don't talk no more, you know, and so we got to nurture that type of a behavior and see how well we can maximize the potential. Just before I got sworn in, I went to North Carolina to talk to a company named Cummins to try to see if we could get them to come to the Virgin Islands to do our assembly plant here. They do generators, they do truck engines, you know, they do motorboats, engines for big vessels. If we could get them to come to St. Croix, the opportunities are great, and they do a lot of community service. And of course, you know, I wrote a letter to the Navy asking them to come to St. Croix because I believe that with the Provenza deal not going through, that's a deep water port that we can maximize. And you know, the military brings a lot of services from the civilians. And so that's in mind. Of course, you know, I'm still talking about bottling water because everybody copying us now, you know, but I still believe there's room for a good one, you know, so we do that. And I heard Governor Mapp today talk about farming, and some of the same ideas I had was to try to have these farmers not grow 100 plants, like 10 tomatoes here, 50 down there. No, you're gonna grow tomatoes, you grow a whole acre tomatoes. You grow an acre peppers, and then supply our schools. So he has the same idea, so I think it's gonna work. I think we're gonna be moving in a good way.
I agree. Well, we're definitely looking forward to a lot of great things from you during the 31st
Well,
Legislature.
I don't want you to look for too much great things because I'm just only one, you know, and you gotta still get the ideas and have the other guys buy
Well, you
into
have an
it.
excellent team behind you.
know. I think
so-
these guys are great. I've known most of them, you know, very well. And I believe that, you know, our minds are focused on making the Virgin Islands better. And it's about being able to create opportunities for people. And there's no one set way to do it, but if each of us brings something to the table, we're going to get it done.
Agreed. Well, we welcome you and we wish you good luck on everything.
And thank you for the interview and
Thank you.
enjoy the rest of the year.
Okay.
Okay, good afternoon. And we have joining us now Senator Kurt Viale. Welcome.
Good afternoon. How are you guys doing?
Doing great, doing great. You know, you made a good showing in the elections. You're no stranger to the people of St. Croix, especially our youth. What should we be looking forward to you bringing forward in the 31st Legislature?
Well, I think the first thing that I am presently doing is trying to make sure that we have some type of unity in St. Croix.
And despite the fact that we have a Democratic majority, it doesn't mean that we are going to exclude the minority senators in any way. And I'd like the public to clearly see that we made sure that we included the two St. Croix senators and two of the most powerful committee.
Exactly.
They named to finance and they named to rules, and we made sure that we wanted to include them in the mix so that we can have representation and be able to move St. Croix forward. My entire platform is based on trying to get the Virgin Islands going, but a special emphasis on St. Croix. There are bills that we're putting in, but really don't want to discuss them right at this point.
Well, we kind of let it cut out the bag a little earlier, and we did let the public know that they can log on to the website and look on the bill tracker and see exactly what you guys have put out so far.
That is true. We're presently drafting, so we're going to be turning in the required amount, 10 pieces by Friday.
Okay.
But I'm very excited about what is going on with the 31st legislature. I think we have a real good camaraderie. I hope that it remains, and I think it's going to remain. I think that we all realize that we don't have much choice. If we don't do what we're supposed to do as elected representatives of the Virgin Islands, then somebody's going to replace us. So it's very important for us to work together and make sure that we're able to move St. Croix forward.
Well, we definitely welcome you, and we wish you good luck on everything.
Thank you, guys, and it's good to see two educated black women doing the interview. So congratulations to both of you.
Thank you. Senator Jackson, welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome
Thank you
to the
very
Big
much.
Island.
My home.
Good. What can the people of the Virgin Islands expect from you during the 31st legislature?
Well, I will continue my advocacy in the areas that my platform speaks to, and I have a commitment to our elders, our youth, and then also to the patrimony, the cultural patrimony, and of course working on the issues that we are confronted with, especially in the area of energy and our economy, and also small business growth and development, because I really believe that we should extend ourselves in the development of our small business and the industries in the territory. So I'm looking forward to continue to be an advocate with my colleagues in that regard.
As chairperson of the Culture, Historic Preservation, Youth and Recreation Committee,
Yes.
focusing specifically on the youth, anything that we should be expecting to see from you as you hit the ground running?
Well, in the 30th, I worked with several youth entities, and of course the Boxing Association. I know that the Boxing Association of St. Croix desires attention, and likewise the sports policy that was implemented, because many of our young people are engaged in sports. The other area is cultural development. We're inadequate in that regard. Our children are illiterate for the most part in their own history, their own culture, so I promote cultural education and all various aspects of one knowing about who they are and how we have evolved as a people and where we should be going. So those are particular areas in my youth focus. I don't believe, I spend much time on looking at programs for prevention, and that's why the Boxing Association and getting that 340 a home. We have professional boxers in inadequate facilities, and likewise our facilities, our sports facilities. So I will spend my advocacy in those areas.
Super, thank you so much.
You finished already?
Good afternoon. We have with us Senator Jean Ford. Good afternoon and welcome.
And good afternoon to you. Thank you for having me.
So I guess welcome to the 31st legislature. As the Committee of Education and Workforce Development chairperson, what are some of the things that you're hoping to push forward for the community?
Well, some of the things definitely I'm going to do is to go and tour every school. I want to be able to talk with every principal. I want to be able to talk with the teachers. I want to be able to talk with the kitchen staff. One of the big complaints that I've heard on the campaign trail is the fact that there's a lot of money in education. However, the money is simply not reaching where it's supposed to, and that is to the children. They're lacking in supplies. Teachers are buying stuff out of their own pockets, and this is something that has to stop. We have got to look at money management. Money management is one of the big problems that we have here in the Virgin Islands.
Okay. During the first session on Monday, you talked about the fact that you didn't make any promises during your campaigning. What could we be looking forward to on the whole for 2015, 2016 as you move forward?
Well, one thing I think that you can definitely look forward towards is for me working hard. You can also expect honesty from me. I had a talk show. I was a talk show host once, and I have done a lot of criticism over the past years. I think it's 18 years, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
And I want to make sure that I am not guilty of the same things that I have criticized others for. So there's also a high level of distrust in government, and I want to bring that back into government. I want to lead, furthermore, conduct myself with integrity, and again, restore some of that trust in the people of the Virgin Islands.
Super. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome.
And thank
have
you
a good
again.
one.
Welcome.
All right.
Senator Roach, we welcome you back to the 31st Legislature. And we kind of just want to get an idea from you as to what the people of the Virgin Islands can expect from you this second term.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. And I would like to first take the opportunity to thank the people of St. Croix, who always greet us with love and gratitude, and to thank the people of the Virgin Islands for entrusting me again into a leadership role. I think that for the new term, I will continue my focus on education. Those of us who pay attention to the national news would probably note that the president just announced an initiative to make 2 years of community college free to students in the United States. And I was very excited about that because I had introduced in the 30th legislature a bill to provide 4 years of tuition at our state university to students who complete their secondary education and are residents of the territory. And so I'm very pleased about that. My bill that was introduced on that concept was very well received. Many of the senators of the 30th legislature, several of whom are returning, had expressed their support of it. And I think what remained was for us to look at the financing. The other thing that I think is very important is I'm very happy to be on the Agriculture and Economic Development Committee. I had introduced a bill in the last legislature that would create a new loan fund to support businesses in the 3 historic towns. The bill looked at the fact that our towns, the 3 towns, Christiansted, Frederiksted, and Charlotte-Amalie, really need an injection of capital and new businesses. And so I had proposed that we take a percentage of the Internal Revenue Matching Fund and provide a new fund which would allow and support those businesses. I also, on the advice of my colleague, Senator O'Reilly, had indicated to legal counsel that I would like to see a portion of those funds reserved for young entrepreneurs, for persons below the age of 25 who are interested in starting businesses. So those 2 things are very important to me. In addition, I was very, very hopeful when we were discussing the operating agreement for the Hovenza refinery to have a bill introduced about residency. And residency for purposes of giving government benefits to companies that pledge to improve and increase local employment. And I think it's a very, very important bill that would really promote the hiring of local people. And those, there are many more, but those 3 things I would like to see immediate attention to.
Super. Well, thank you so much. And
Thank you.
best wishes to you.
And best wishes to you and to the members of your families as well.
Good luck. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, good afternoon. And we're here with Senator Jeanette Millen-Young. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the legislature.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
As the chairperson of Economic Development, Agriculture, and Planning, and also as the vice president of the body, what are some of your goals that you plan to focus on as you move forward?
Well, I'll start with being vice president of the body. I look forward to being part of organizing the body. A lot of times people weigh heavily on the majority versus minority or non-majority. And for the layman, I guess you would want to say, there's always has to be some sort of order. And so even though we're all leaders and elected leaders, there's also a leadership structure within the leadership. And I believe that you've heard, especially through these sermons, that everyone calling for us to be on the same page. And I think many of us know each other so well, because once you're in this realm, you begin to know each other and get to know each other well. And I believe we all like each other. And I think it has to start with that. But there is something about organization, and I'm really a nut for organization. So I intend to be side by side with our president to make sure that the business of the legislature works smoothly. When it comes to economic development, I'm very, very honored that my colleagues chose to keep me as the chair of economic development, agriculture, and planning, because I believe strongly in consistency. And there are many things that we began in the last legislature that needs to continue. And of course, when you elect or re-elect a senator, you know, like me personally, I'm like ready to go. I mean, I've already started planning meetings. I want my colleagues in the past, let me just say, in the past, sometimes you would hear senators on the floor say things like, well, I'm going to go with St. Thomas senators because this is their district. Well, no, I don't really want to hear that on the floor anymore. And so we have some really impacting issues facing us now. I'm planning meetings for my colleagues and I to go to the sites of some of these places to talk to both sides, the pros and the cons, so that when they're speaking on the floor, they can say, you know what, I met with those against and I met with those for, and this is how I feel. So that's very, very important for me. Economic development was the one buzz phrase that you heard a lot in the last legislature, and I hope that it continues, especially for the island of St. Croix, since so many people are calling for special attention on St. Croix. But I have to say, I'm really focused on St. Thomas, St. John, but I'm going to continue to do what I must. I mean, I'm looking at that tripod, and I know that if one leg is kind of tumbly, that camera is going to fall. And so I'm looking at St. Croix in that way. There are many things coming down the pike for St. Croix that we already voted for. There's dredging taking place in Gallows Bay. Some nice luxury boats will be coming there, and the big spenders will be coming into Gallows Bay. We approve a sports complex to be built. We approve many things with the Hotel Development Act. So a lot of things are poised to happen on St. Croix, and I'm happy to be here to cut some ribbons and show people that the legislature has been at work.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, and best wishes.
Thank you so much.
Best wishes. Good afternoon. We're here with Senator Gittens. Senator Gittens, welcome back to the 31st Legislature.
Good afternoon to you both.
Senator, what are some of the things that the people of the Virgin Islands, particularly St. Croix, can expect from you during this new term?
Well, to the point, I'm on a mission, and I have a passion for this mission. And you know, they say with mission comes sacrifices, so I'm willing to go through those sacrifices as well. And my mission is to assist the Triple Crown that we now have in the Virgin Islands, being our Senate President from St. Croix, James, our Governor, Kenneth Mapp, and our delegate to Congress, being at the helm. It is time for us to shepherd these islands in the direction that we need it to go, and especially St. Croix, the district that needs the most help.
Mm-hmm. If you had an opportunity to provide advice to those freshman senators coming in, what are some of the things that you would say to them in regards to gain movement on St. Croix and the Virgin Islands on a whole?
Well, one of the things that I know I've definitely told many, even on the campaign trail, is that there's no I or me in this game, in this realm of things. It's a collective effort, and we all must work together if we want to achieve betterment for the people of the Virgin Islands.
Okay. Well, we definitely welcome you back again, and we look forward to great things from you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
and
you.
Again, like I said at one of my interviews before, as the days become weeks and the weeks become months and the months become years, let's look forward to some prosperity here in these islands. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.